Hello, welcome to Clearwater Podcasters. My name is Michael Kroos. We talk about podcasting a lot, but today we're going to talk about podcast hosting. This is where you host your podcast. There's a lot of good options for that. Most of them cost money. This one that I'm going to show you today does not, and I find it to be totally amazing. As a matter of fact, I've moved my personal podcast to Anchor. That's what you're seeing right now. It's Anchor.fm. We're going to show you right now how to go through this by setting up the Clearwater Podcasters account right here on Anchor. So what do we do first? We come up here and we sign up. And the name that we're going to use is Clearwater Podcasters. So we'll do this I'm not a good multitasker, so stick with me. There we go. And then our email is, wait a second. Our email is at Notice I'm not talking as I type because when I tried to do this video before, I just talked out the password. So let me be quiet and type in the password if I can. And hopefully I will not talk. Hope I remembered it correct. Now I'm going to say I'm not a robot. And we'll see if I had the right password. Well, that's kind of amazing. Now, the first screen we see here is make your first episode. So why not? Let's get started. Shall we? Okay, let's do it. Meet the Anchor Builder. It's going to tell you how to do all this. And we say, got it. Now, how does this work? You can record your podcast right here. You can build you can browse an audio library you've created for Anchor. You can add messages. But what we're going to do is we're not going to record it here. I've already recorded our first Clearwater Podcasters podcast. So I'm going to find it here and we're going to upload it. And, that's my Ask the Garden Geek one. And what we want to do is we want to go here and find, desktop and Clearwater Podcasters, and there it is right there. So we will open that up. That is the Clearwater Podcasters' very first podcast. It's about 3.5 minutes long, not very long at all. I just recorded it, so I know that. It's 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Now, we're going to go up here and we're going to save the episode. And what are we going to call this? I will call this backspace. There we go. We're going to call that Welcome to Clearwater Podcasters. Did I spell P-O-D-C-A-S-T-E-R? It just doesn't recognize it. Okay, and then the description. Now, it's really important when you do these descriptions that you put in a bunch of keywords and all that good type of stuff. We're not doing that right now. We're just going to say this. We'll come back and fix it later. Is the very first one. Okay, and a period. There we go. And now we will publish. And we're setting up the account right now. This kind of does that. Okay, finish setting up your podcast. Before we can distribute your podcast to additional listening platforms, you need to fill in a few things. You can always change them later. The podcast name is Clearwater Podcasters. I wish I typed faster. Okay, the podcast description. Okay, we teach you how to podcast. Put a period on that. Let's make it look good. Podcast category. You get to choose one category with Anchor. Some of the other ones, you can choose up to 3. Anchor lets you choose up to 1. And, educational technology. That's us. And we're in English. We will now continue. Now, here's the fun part. Every podcast has to have an album cover, they call it. So we're going to search for a photo that they have available. We could use our own photo, but we'll find one that they have. I just guess I chose that. Nah, I don't like that one. Let's see if we can find, well, that's black. Let's see. Let's find one that looks cool. That looks kind of schoolish like. I just don't love it. I gotta love it. It has to make my heart sing. So all right, we're going to go with this one. We might change it later. Okay, we might change it. Now we will continue. And, they're helping us to create album art by doing this, which is nice. Now, you can also, Clearwater Podcasters. There it is. Do we want to use that font? We could change the font if we wanted. What does that look like? And so far, I'm not impressed. That's not bad. Let's go with that one. What the heck? All right, and we're centering it, and now we will continue. Okay, and you can also have your album art created for you on a place like Fiverr, or if you're good with Photoshop, you can do your own, but they just make things so easy for you. I had my personal one on my personal Ask the Garden Geek podcast created for me on Fiverr for $7. And finalize your cover art. I've finalized it. And here we go. Now, here's the fun part. This is what I really love about Anchor. We're going to make your podcast available to all major platforms, including Apple Podcasts. We'll let you know as soon as it gets approved on each platform. They submit it for you. With other hosting companies, they host your podcast. Then you have to go out individually to Apple Podcasts, to Google, to Stitcher, to all of them and apply for this. They do it for you. It just makes it wonderful. So we're going to say, great, thanks. Keep doing that. How nice. And here we are. Notice we've had no listeners yet. And now here's another fun part. Once you start getting listeners, they show you data. They show you where it all comes from. And then there's the audio right there. That's the podcast. And you can edit that if you want to. So, and here's your dashboard. And we're going to do this, I think we're going to do this weekly. And we're going to, we're just going to do that. And then there it is. And we're ready to go. So that's kind of neat. And we can go over here to the dashboard. And here's the other fun thing about Anchor. By the way, all of this, like I said, is absolutely free. Right now, we're available on 2 platforms. We're available right away. It didn't show us right there. Oh, by the way, we teach you how to podcast. Cover art was provided by, all of that is, that's all good. Okay, that's all nice. Now let's go back. This is view the public site. They give you this little website where you can put your podcast. And here is our podcast. I'll just play a minute of it so you can hear it. And like I say, it's 3 minutes and 39 seconds long. How are you? Welcome to the very first. And there it is. You can listen to that at your leisure some other time. So that is how to use it. And you can go back and you can make changes. By the way, you can monetize on there. You can read about that. I just wanted to do this brief thing to show you how it works. Thank you so much.